Hey everyone, welcome back to Timeless. I'm in the mood to grind some rank, to grind some energy, get some wins, so let's go ahead and do it. Same deck as before, so no deck tech. If you're looking to play the metagame challenge at the end of the month, this is still the deck I recommend, what I think you should be grinding ranked with. Unfortunately, we got a Windlander, and it's a tap land, so we're going to go ahead and throw it back. And then we will keep this one. Now this is heavy on lands, unfortunately. So I'm not too happy about my situation, but we can go ahead and throw back a basic. Our opponent is presenting Jegantha, which usually means an energy mirror. So let's get a mirror match going to get the video started. Nice, Ragavan turn 1. Ragavan is a shoot-on-sight creature, always has been, always will be. Let's go ahead and fetch all of our colors here. We're holding a basic plane, so I'm going to grab Rakdos here. Go ahead and shoot this with the Blood Crypt, or with the Galvanic Discharge. And then we'll go ahead and send it back to them. Since we're on the draw here, I think we just want to slow down the game enough until we can get Luris into our hand and into play. And then we'll eventually grind out a win versus our opponent, especially since we kept like such a threat light hand. Yeah, we're just looking to contain.
Beautiful day, brother.
It is a beautiful day, Johnny. We can go ahead and play 2 threats of our own here. These threats aren't guaranteed to be able to attack or connect with our opponent, but they are threats, they are on the battlefield, and my opponent needs to be a little wise about when they attack and block, because I do have a Ragavan in play. And in a Guide of Souls deck, I always have the ability to fly him when I have some energy just floating. So all I would need is Guide of Souls plus creature. I obviously don't have that, but from my opponent's POV, they probably should play around that. Alright, Chthonian Nightmare to flip the Ajani, nice. And they get a red permanent into play, I think that's going to go ahead and win them the game. I think we might have to give game 1 to our opponent here. We're going to play another turn or two, but flipping a Johnny on turn 3 with a red permanent in play, not beatable, if I'm going to be honest. Lightning Bolt comes through, we have a chance. We do need to just like spike a removal spell here. We didn't. We have one on top. No. I'm going to go ahead and throw my Ragavan at it. My opponent's, of course, going to trade here, but it's at least going to contain their board. And my opponent is going to be able to remove my Ragavan no matter what. So it means, unfortunately, they would have cleared my board no matter what. They would have hit me with Ragavan no matter what. I don't think we have a card that gets us back in it at this point. Yeah, I still want Bowmasters. It's toxic. Right, we're going to go ahead and give it to them. Fortunately, my opponent just had that nut draw on the play. So against the Energy Mirror, we do want to bring in our extra removal spells, and we do want to take out our discard. There's also nice arguments to go ahead and bring in 1 Hearse. So when we go ahead and bring in 1 Hearse, we're going to take out 1 Bowmasters on the play and 1 Ragavan on the draw for that Hearse. Alright, we're going to be on the play here. Let's see if we can get something funny. Oh yeah, a Johnny flip him? That's funny stuff. Let's go ahead and play Mountain first, just so that we can zap their 1-drop. And if they don't have a 1-drop for me to zap, then we'll just go ahead and play out our Johnny. Alright, zap zap. Get out of here. Okay, Amtraptor, that's cool. I think we still just want to jam this Ajani. Amtraptor, I don't love playing it out on turn 2, because there's always a mischance you could hit like a removal spell with your Raptor, so when your opponent doesn't have anything in play, it's generally a pretty bad idea to sequence it like that. Now here, our Johnny can just die to a removal spell and we'll get to flip him. Ooh. But now it looks like we do get to flip him. That's good. Alright, that's big. Let's go ahead and Goblin Bombardment. We can't quite kill this Sun Cleanser here, but hopefully we can do so next turn. Take action, flip my boy. Take another cat. And we'll go ahead and get a Surveil Land. We're just looking for like any creature to put on top of our deck pretty much so that we can go wide enough to kill this Cleanser. Then we can play our Amtraptor. Even if we don't get a creature, we can just make second cat 2 damage, sack them both with Goblin Bombardment. And that would clear the Cleanser, letting us do Amtraptor. Getting the 2-for-1 off of Amtraptor is very valuable. Alright, that's fine. So they're going to try to ping my cat. So whenever Bowmasters does this... Ooh, never mind. There will be no cat ping today. We'll let a Johnny go to 1 if they so desire attacking it with the Sun Cleanser. If not, we're going to untap, hopefully drawing a creature. Okay, yeah, we're going to let a Johnny go to 1 here. They don't have mana for another Bowmasters right now. Get a black source here and Surveil. Another Ajani. That is very nice. Let's go ahead and keep that on top. So this is going to be enough creatures to just take out that Sun Cleanser straight up. And it's a bunch more blockers too. And if they do have another Bowmasters to kill my Ajani, then we have another Ajani here that we could just flip on demand with the bombardment. So this is awesome. Let's go ahead and get a second black and a second white source, because we only have one of those. And Traptor. Tide of Souls, fantastic. And yeah, we are kind of going insane at this point. Go ahead and attack here. Because my opponent can block here and let me flip my other Ajani, which is funny. And then if we choose to do so, we can go ahead and hit them with another removal spell, make another cat.
You won't stand with me. Let fury ignite your heart.
Nice. There's an argument to even put that 5 damage up top because my opponent's so low on life. Amp Traptor coming through. Sure, it's just a cat. At the end of the world. Yeah, I probably should have sent 5 damage up top, because we're really going to fly through lethal next turn. Like flying plus Goblin Bombardment should get us there no matter what. Oh, that's their own Goblin Bombardment. Okay, now things get a little tricky. But they'll still scoop. The Ajani is just so powerful in this mirror match. Alright, what we got here? I said 1 Ragavan out for 1 Bowmasters when we're on the draw. I'll go ahead and stick to that. Alright, game 3, we're going to be on the draw here, so what we are looking for is removal spells and then ways to contain our opponent. This one's so tempting. I think we are going to keep it because we got just triple removal spell and a 1-drop. We just need to draw another mana source and this hand is quite perfect. I'm very happy to like fetch Sacred Foundry and then just do removal for my first 3 turns if I don't happen to draw a land. Even if they have like a crazy draw with, you know, playing a Johnny and whatever, we can still just discharge everything. I think this is totally fine to keep. It's a little sus, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, we drew the Blood Crypt. That's fantastic. So we're just going to go ahead and get Sacred Foundry, like I said, and shoot this. I wish I could Bowmaster it, but you can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too when you're on the draw. Did my opponent mold? They went to 6, right? Yep, I didn't notice before. They did go to 6, so that'll help us out a little bit. Alright, what you got here? Johnny? You got it. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot the Ajani. I want to be super, super safe here just in case they have that Goblin Bombardment. So we're going to shoot him, and then we're going to play our cat. I could play Amp Traptor to try to get a 2-for-1 going. But let's be safe, guys. Every turn we live is safer for us when we're on the draw. The play draw advantage just like continues to diminish every turn that the game goes, and then eventually the advantage will be on us for having an extra card for being second, and then an extra card from the mulligans. There we got Reanimated Johnny. Yeah, nice. I haven't seen actual factual reanimate in this deck in a while. That's cool. So what we want to do here. I think I am down to just Prismatic Ending the Ajani, and then get attacking with my Ocelot Pride. Let's go ahead, pay X equals 1, exile that thing. Then my cat's got a free attack here. And then we could just start Bowmastering, killing their board. My opponent looks like they have a removal spell here. Well, maybe not. Alright, what you got there? Alright, they got their own Bowmaster. That makes sense. If last card is a Johnny, I'm going to be kind of mad about it. That means I can't block, but since it's not, we're just going to be able to deploy our own Bowmasters one at a time and then start winning. I think what I really might want to do is just play Amp Traptor to get the 2-for-1 going. Ooh, and the option to do a kitty cat after. Let's go ahead and just fetch a basic right now. I'm concerned about life total just a little bit. We'll get a second black source. Play Amp Traptor, go for that 2-for-1. First, cool. Nice to see our little one of sideboard cards. So now their graveyard's on lockdown, so Reanimate won't work. I have honestly not seeing energy run reanimate. It's pretty cool. Especially if they're the kind of energy deck where they're main decking Thoughtseize instead of playing Juggernaut Peddler. It could be some really cool tech. Alright, so I think we're in control now. We have 2 first strike blockers. We have their graveyard on lockdown. We have Bowmasters to clean up the board once we untap, so I think we're totally fine here. They have the big Jegantha that they could play, but it's not exactly apocalyptic. Alright, hit these. And I think we're just gonna attack with our cat, try to get a life gain trigger. Oh, bombardment. Oh, that's sweet. Do I like that better than playing Bowmasters out? Do I like that better than playing the Bowmasters out? I like the idea of playing a Bowmasters. We don't have enough stuff to sack. I think this turn we play Bowmasters, and then next turn we play Bombardment. And then we'll do the attack step with our cat next turn. Just want to make sure that this cat can connect. But then they can play Jegantha and screw us up. They appear to have something. Let's attack with our cat. What you got there? You're getting priority. If they triple block, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and say cat trades for Bowmasters at this point, because he's not going to do much with Jegantha on the board. Okay. And then cat dies. Honestly fine. We're going to flash in Bowmasters, kill one of their things, and the turn after we'll play Bombardment. Okay, discharge. Yeah. We'll flash in our own Bowmasters, reduce the board. Nice, and then if they got nothing else here, first eat some stuff. Ooh, got a Johnny Bombardment. Nice, nice.
Fight beside me, brother.
This is big. Right, they can play Jegantha here, but it looks like they don't have too much else beyond that Jegantha. Oh, Static Prison. So that might hit my Ajani. Yeah, unfortunate that we didn't get to flip him, but yeah, well. Can't win every time. Let's go ahead and hit this card in their graveyard. So now we have a hearse that's as big as Jegantha. And then we can get Lurrus into our hand pretty soon, which is nice. I think this turn, though, we just want to play out our 2 cards. So I'm going to play that Bombardment, because it's very strong. And then pass the turn. Starting next turn, we're going to look to attack with the hearse, because it'll be bigger than Jegantha. Also, they do need to find an energy generator at some point, otherwise this prison is going to crack. Right. My opponent's just going for that main phase surveil, get their turn over with. Okay, they are chilling. Let's go ahead. Let's exile 2 from our own graveyard, just to make our hearse as big as possible. I think that's totally fine. Let's get a basic white source here, because we only have 1 white source. Flash this in. Get you. My turn. Ooh, perfect. Don't you love it when you get lucky and you draw the exact card that gives you lethal? So now we get a angelic artifact creature vehicle. And we get some bombardment to finish him up. Alright, nice. That was a big game 1. Hopefully that was a nice little tutorial for the mirror match. Alright, game 2. We are going to be on the draw against Trapmaker. We don't see a companion or anything. This is tough because we drew a 1-lander here. If this was a 2-lander, it would be great because we'd play Peddler in case they're an unfair deck. Get a Ragavan. I think we're going to go ahead and send this back, even though this hand is pretty decent. Just really sussed out by the 1-lander. This is a lot better as a 2-lander. We could send back the prison. Just because paying for the energy upkeep on 2 of these without an energy generator is very sus. Alright, looks like we might be up against Goblin Charbelcher. Unfortunately, this is a tough matchup, especially game 1. So, what do we even want to do here? We could jam prison on turn 1 to like get rid of their Wizard's Rockets or something along those lines. Yeah, this is tough, especially with a Leyline in play. The thing is, one of our outs here is to like hit a Juggernaut Peddler and take a look at their hand. So we also might want a Static Prison to get rid of this Leyline. I think we might do that. Let's go ahead, Static Prison, hit the Ley Line. They have a lot of redundant little artifacts in their deck. Charbelcher, by the way, is very favored for them in this matchup, so I don't have high hopes. This deck isn't super popular lately, so we don't have a bunch of sideboard cards for it. But unfortunately, it's just like, hey, they get to goldfish us a little faster than we can goldfish them most of the time, and that's just the downside of playing Energy. It's the same thing with Show and Tell, except at this point where you have a sideboard absolutely packed full of cards to beat Show and Tell and Shift and Tell. So my opponent, DT's Dark Ritual. Alright. Interesting they use the Dark Ritual without comboing. Usually you save those Dark Rituals for your combo turn, but they might have multiple in their hand. Only one land though, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and Amp Drafter and see if we can just get a good 2-for-1 going here. To hopefully put that pressure on. Best possible hit's a Juggernaut Peddler. Worst hit's a removal spell. I know that you're not supposed to really play Amp Drafter on turn 2 when you don't have a target for the removal spell, but we're never going to get a target in this against this deck. So we just want to put as much power on the board as possible, and 4 is a lot of power. So Dark Ritual, yep. And they just play Charbelcher. And no way to activate it right away, but they can do so next turn. So that's a little unfortunate. So if we saved Prison, we could have definitely prisoned the Charbelcher instead. Alright, well, things happen. What is most likely to kill them? And a Johnny attacking. Yeah, if we draw something to flip our Ajani next turn, we would have a kill, but unfortunately if my opponent has third land, they also just win.
May our axes strike as one.
So let's see whether or not they have it. I did think about saving Static Prison for them slow playing a Charbelcher, but generally people won't slow play Charbelchers. They will wait until they have enough mana to activate it and play it all on the same turn. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're done so. We do get to see their deck, which is very cool. Hey, I want to see their deck. Please, thank you. Okay. Normal stuff. I have a Belcher list saved. I played it on the channel before. This looks like literally the exact same list. Maybe some slight differences in sideboard tech, but it looks like what I'm familiar with. So against Goblin Charbelcher, this removal is never going to do anything, sadly. And also playing really slow with the Nightmare and grinding, it's also not what you want to do. We want Needle, that's the #1 card against them. We're going to want Juggernaut Peddler to take the Charbelcher out of their hand. We're of course going to want to pack the Thoughtseize. The problem is that they're a Leyline deck. Tough. So for the last cards, what do we want? Do we want a Prismatic Ending? Do we want a Surgical? Cards are very marginal at this point, unfortunately. Surgical is going to be really tough to make work because they don't necessarily let their cards hit the graveyard. Like, yeah, we could Surgical Dark Ritual after they cast 1, but that's not great. We only have 2 Thoughtseizes. Our other discard effects Exile, which is on purpose because it's better against some decks. So maybe we play Prismatic Ending, just in case that's relevant, and play a Nightmare? I think a Nightmare that doesn't do much is better than a Surgical Extraction that usually does nothing. At least in my opinion. All right. We don't see sideboard cards, but we have like a incredibly fast draw where we're gonna go Ragavan turn 1, and then turn 2 we get to play Guide of Souls and Amp Drafter, which should put a crap ton of pressure on them. I think this will kill them faster than they'll kill us, but those might be famous last words. All right, they did have a ley line, so if I mulligan to find discard, then it would not have ended well for me. Alright, so we're just trying to get the goldfish kill here, guys. We're going to try to kill them on around turn 4, and hopefully they don't have the ability to go Dark Ritual, kill you before then. Alright, Ragavan hits you. Ooh, I like that card. That would have been a win for them if they drew it. Alright, let's see what we hit with this Amp Raptor. Pride? Nice, nice, that's big. Alright, the goldfish is in progress, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, assemble the team, you got it. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and go to combat. We unfortunately didn't draw anything, but we get to smack them here. Smack, smack. So it looks like they're dead next turn, even if they have a random removal spell. Spoiler alert, their deck does not play removal spells. They just tried a Goldfish, yo. Sacred Foundry on top. I don't want to draw that, so let's go ahead and fetch. I'd like to draw something that kills them. Is there a card that I could draw that at instant speed would help me win this game? Let me look at my deck list. Bowmasters wouldn't really do damage to them, right? I don't have instant speed removal for their BS. Yes, we're going to put Lurrus into our hand here. We got an extra treasure. Ragavan Fact. Ocelot Pride will copy the treasures. Alright, we did get a cool amp trap. We have more than enough power on board to kill. It's just the question of whether or not my opponent has a turn 3. Sweet, they don't. Maybe if we didn't steal their channel, they might have had it. They didn't have 2 green mana in play, but they could have had a way to filter their mana. I think we run it back with the exact same shit. Oh, right. This is tough. It's a 1-lander. A 1-lander that goes places. Especially with these discard spells. I think we're going to keep it. We're going to have our fingers crossed that there's no ley line for the 3rd game in a row. No ley line. All right, we did it, guys. So their deck is pretty soft to a Thoughtseize. Let's go ahead and take a look. Prismatic Ending, yeah, it's not a good card. That was the most marginal card, if you guys remember, when we were trying to figure out sideboarding for this deck. Take a look here. Hey, no channeling. No channeling, but like, it's not like they have green mana. They also just have a cute little Shieldred sitting in their hand. So what do I take here, guys? They don't have green mana for channel, but channel is an effed up card. We could, of course, just take Charbelcher and put them like 1 card further away from comboing, which seems pretty good to me. We could take Agadeem's Awakening and then kind of mana screw them, but they can always Dark Ritual their way out of that. I think I like Charbelcher. I don't think Shieldred is going to be enough for them to beat me, but if I never draw a second land, oh, it might be. Alright, the lucky little piece of shit, he draws a land. That's why I'm high ranked and you're not. Alright, some red sources, some red whites. Maybe I should be a little careful of my life total with this Shieldred threatening on the other side of the table. We're gonna play a Johnny and flip him next turn. And then we'll hopefully get some work done with him. I might want a Peddler between now and then, though. Oh yeah, especially with them getting mana fixing. Do I want a Peddler or do I want to flip a Johnny? They're going to have access to double green mana, which is channel mana. I think if we just put the HP pressure on them, it'll also solve that problem for us. So, we do Guide of Souls plus Peddler, and be safe, like super safe, or we can put Goblin Bombardment. I think let's be super safe. This might slow our turn down, our kill down by a turn, but this is the safest thing we could do. Oh yeah, Beseech. So if they drew a Dark Ritual, they would have been like off to the races there. So we're gonna take that Beseech. I technically can channel next turn, but like they're free to do that and lower their life total for me. It would be a nice little gift. If they drew Belcher as their exact card, they could win here actually with channel. So maybe I was supposed to take channel. But then Beseech lets them also do some nonsense off of a Dark Ritual. Oh, my opponent needs that double green, I'm pretty sure. Dark Ritual, yeah? You replace Shieldred? You're gonna Cull me, yeah. Yeah, I could have played around that a little bit better. You're gonna Cull me, you're gonna play a Shieldred. Oh, I think I screwed this up, guys. What card did I take again with Exile? Beseech? I think I was wrong. What do y'all think? Is that the decision you would have made? I'm not sure. Goblin Bombardment will flash in Bowmasters. This is tough, though. We do need to get rid of that Shieldred. I can't get an extra color for this easily, unfortunately. Shieldred's some cute sideboard tech, though, for my matchup. I like it. I do love the Shieldred sideboard tech. Draw card. This is not great. So we have the ability to do Lurrus nonsense soon, but like, is that going to be enough? Luris, buy back a Johnny, flip a Johnny. Like, are we gonna win off of that? I don't know. I hope it's enough, but like, I don't think it's gonna be enough. The team is being assembled as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I do get a creature. Nice. Yeah, that's big. That's another chump blocker. If we can Luris, buy back a Johnny, kill Shieldred, we might be okay. But then, of course, my opponent has a couple turns to assemble their combo. Yeah, like I said before, I'm not sure if I played this game perfectly. I think I might have given them outs that they shouldn't have. Alright, go ahead and chump here. Otherwise, we are dead in our upkeep. We're dead on our draw step. Potato, potato. Surveil here. Static. Oh, hey, that's a Shieldred answer. If I get back a Johnny and flip a Johnny, though, it's also a Shieldred answer, and that's more powerful. We'll put that in our graveyard for later, because we can flash that back with Luris, too. Draw. Ooh, Pride. Alright, so, if we want Luris, buy back a Johnny, I think that's my best possible line. King Shieldred here.
Beside me, brother.
Flip the Johnny. Damage, and then we gotta ping Shieldred one more time.
Or join our cause.
And now we just have to fingers crossed that they don't get their combo going. So one thing I do know about Belcher is like the Calling Ritual, the Shieldred are probably just one of cards that they're going to tutor up with Beseech the Mirror, so we don't need to worry about them drawing extra copies of those. One would hope. They get the Demonic Tutor here, which is very scary, so they might like Demonic Tutor for a green source channel kill us. They have ways to win. I think those ways go away if I get another attack step. Just because I can put so much pressure on them. Okay, awesome. Oh, I can peddle them from my graveyard? Yeah, I think that means it's over, right? Let me take a look at that hand, buddy. Nope. Wait, could they have not gotten a green source with DT, shocked it in, and then belched me? Right, guys? I'm gonna also just go ahead and take this channel to be super safe. Because they could, of course, just rip another card that goes with it. Just gonna be as safe as possible here. Alright, sweet. Is it me or did they not have a kill? If they DT'd for a green land, they would have double green up. They would have to shock it in, and then they play Belcher kill me? I might have been missing something. But we'll take the wins where we get them. That is a tough matchup. All right, we're moving on the play. We're against Novos. Novos has been jamming a absolute garbage, in his words, by the way. Not making fun of him. He keeps talking about his garbage 4-color control deck playing Furry Jace. So that's probably what we're up against. We're going to mold a hell. And Novos is going to beat me on video and brag about it. Nightmare goes away. We keep these busted cards together. It's just a question of what's the best card to complement them. Probably not Ragavan, because we have a tap land here, and we're going to go... Charming Guide of Souls, turn 2 Ocelot Pride. We don't have room for Ragavan in there, unless we want to start with turn 1 Ragavan. Yeah, Bowmaster's just going to be a little better. Toad and Ragavan could have been very good. It really depends on what they're playing, right? No Companion from Novos means it's got to be that bad control deck, or just Show and Tell, which Ragavan would be very good against Show and Tell. Against Control, he's unlikely to actually connect. I think here we just want to Ocelot Pride, play a tapped land. This is really unfortunate. We're on a mold of 5 against a Jace the Mind Sculptor gamer. Unfortunately, the control deck will be able to outvalue us if we don't like put the beating on quick enough. Of course, we have our best 1-drops. I can't complain too much, but we mold 5 here. All right, funny guy, funny monkey, dashing funny monkey. Better or worse than average? Better or worse? That's a grand question. I think the thing is we're gonna have to dash him. Trying to think about whether or not this is realistically going to connect with Novos. I dash it, it gets counterspelled. I think next turn I really just want to flash it up Bowmasters or play something much more powerful. Ragavan's very powerful, but he's generally powerful turn 1. And I said I want to do these two on my turn 1 and turn 2. We already committed to that. So let's go ahead and get attacking. I'm thinking that I might even want to play Bowmasters at sorcery speed here, but Novos probably has mana drain, so I wouldn't do that. Against the non-blue deck, I would play Bowmasters at sorcery speed, get extra energy, fly my creatures, do a little bit more damage. Here we're just going to Bowmasters on their end step and Surveil. Alright. It looks like 4-color control is coming through. So we might get hit by a Wrath of the Skies here. On X equals 1. Yeah. Okay. Good news is that we do get to resolve the Bowmasters. Nice and clean. Get a Surveil on another threat here. That's good, actually. We'll keep that on top. This goes out. We get to put Lurrus into our hand, play Ocelot Pride. Then untap, play Lurrus, play a 1-drop back from our graveyard. It seems really good to me. I'm a pre-combat main phase gamer, as we all know. Alright. Show me what you got on control. You can't wipe the board and hold up a counterspell for Lurrus. Oh, I want to dash this monkey. Oh, intrusive thoughts. I think I was supposed to do that. I don't want my Lurrus to get counterspelled here. I dashed the funny monkey. Mana drain, yeah. That is fine by me. I'd rather that guy get mana drain than Lurrus any day. Alright, Flage. What happened to the 4-color part of the control? When did you start playing Meta Jeskai? I'm kidding. I completed too much. Oh, having fun out here. Ooh, Nightmare. Ooh. That's a baller card to draw late game. I think I'm going to resolve... I'm going to try to resolve Lurrus this turn. If I don't, we can Nightmare it back next turn. I'm just worried about try to resolve Lurrus, get mana drain to get board wiped. Then we're kind of screwed. But I think we're screwed no matter what if they have board wipe and more counter spells, right? Let's play Lurrus. What do we want to get back in that case? Probably the monkey? Yeah, I would want monkey back. So let's make sure we hold up red. Mana drain, that's fine. I mean, it's not great, but like I said, we get this Nightmare to buy back the Lurrus. Alright. Alright, where's Furry Jace? I wanted to see Jace. Alright, fine. No Jace, no fun. Alright, so they might have Counterspell on these last 2 mana. They might not. Let's go ahead and see if this resolves. I have my fingers crossed that it does. Ooh, okay. This is potentially big. So we can buy back Lurrus. 1, 2, 3. Lurrus. And then off of the Lurrus, we can go ahead and play Guide of Souls. We can play Guide of Souls, then play a Ragavan. And then I think we're in a pretty decent position for next turn. Guide of Souls, play Ragavan. With my first bit of energy, we'll fly this. They're not going to ever remove this because they have much higher priority targets for removal. Wrath on top? Yeah. Okay, we get to be sad. So they will have to Wrath on 3 and kill their own... No, they don't have to kill their own Flage. They can Wrath on 2, kill Lurrus. Minor missequence by Novos because they let me chump. They should have Wrathed on 2 before combat, but whatever. Not the end of the world. Alright, so if we draw a creature, we're actually doing great because we could just play the creature, Nightmare, get Lurrus back. It's hard to say great, but... Play the creature, Nightmare, get Lurrus back. We could also just get back another Bowmasters. We did draw what we needed to draw, which is fantastic. If we get Lurrus back, it just dies to removal spell. So I think we're gonna Bowmasters. Ping you. Nightmare, get back another Bowmasters, and then I'll have a bunch of fodder so that we can do a proper Luris turn next turn. We can also grab... No, we don't need to grab Guide of Souls yet. We have extra energy, but we'll grab Guide of Souls later. Alright, and I was doubting 4-color control. It's here. The Hedge Maze has hit the battlefield. Oh, never mind. I always have another Wrath of the Skies. Alright, I think we're donezo. Blade... Oh, hey. I mean, let's do it again, right? Dude, Nightmare is such a cracked card. Like, holy crap. I should not be able to, like, keep rebuilding and keep rebuilding. But I keep doing it. Even through multiple board wipes and an escaped Flage that's attacked multiple times, like, I still am able to make some sort of a board presence. I'm gonna not block here. Hope that's the right decision. I think I need to conserve as many creatures in play as possible. Then here, we can go ahead and get Luris back. I need 1, 2, 3. You know what I would love to have in my graveyard? A static prison for this Flage. That would be so convenient, wouldn't it? Get back Luris. And then with Luris, we can get a Guide of Souls. And then what? Guide of Souls, fly this. Not like we're really getting that far ahead. I can play another Bowmasters. And then my opponent just removes the Luris? I don't know. I need a Flage removal spell to show up. It doesn't matter how crazy we grind. Flage is gonna beat us. Discharge on Luris, yeah. Charge on Luris, attack me. I have to chump here. Go to 2. I need a Flage removal spell to show up. If I do, then we're winning. I do not get my Flage removal spell, and I got no way to kill him. Close, though. Okay, so against control Andy. Alright, against 4-color control, we don't want the discharges, probably. We still want swords, and we still want static prison, especially static prison, because they're playing Flage. In fact, we can swap out like a swords for a hearse. And we want to take those 4 removal spells, and then we want to make them into Thought Seizes and Juggernauts. And honestly, Flage is such a problem card. I even sometimes think about bringing in Surgical against it. I don't think it's correct. But if you hate Flage with a burning passion, you might be able to cut something else for a Surgical. I think the rest of this deck is good against control, though. So let's go ahead and keep this. Ugh. This was untapped. We'd have turn 1 Ragavan on the play. Send it back. This is a lot better. We get to do the Guide of Souls, Ocelot, Pride, bullshit, whatever you want to call it, start. Alright, here you go. You got removal? No, you don't. Because you're playing a 4-color pile. Alright. We'll go ahead and surveil here. Honestly, we barely even need to surveil, because like almost anything we hit is going to be good. Another threat is good. A 3rd land is good. I don't even know what's not good. Need more energy as we go. Go ahead and surveil here, and then ask ourselves the question, do we want it? I think we're going to take 3rd land here. I'm going to go ahead and play Bombardment just in case the board wipe comes through. I think that's the best way to hedge our bets and keep ourselves safe. Let's go to combat first, though, in case a single target removal spell comes through. Then I will play the first Bombardment. Nared. Okay. Happens. Make another cat. Okay, board wipe? Yeah, that's why I wanted my Bombardment in play, so I wouldn't just die to Wrath on 1. Prison? Don't need that right now. I think I'd rather draw action. Start getting ahead. Bowmasters is pretty good. I'm going to play Amtraptor while they're tapped out, though. That's a card I want to resolve clean. Nice. 2 threats. It's big. Oh, Peddler. I love Peddler. Let's go ahead and attack them first, though. Let's see if a removal spell comes out mid-combat. And that will indeed be a discharge onto my Funny Monkey. Alright, may I interest you in a Juggernaut? The answer is no. Dang. I wanted to take Flage out of their hands. Because surely they have a Flage or a Jace that's going to take over the game. No. No Wrath. Alright, it's okay. We'll just have to be a little conservative with playing into this Wrath. I want to resolve this bombardment. I think we'll play the Pride. We'll play Bowmasters. And then, yeah, we're playing a little much into this Wrath at this point, but we'll have them almost dead. Are they digging? Oh, no, they're digging the deck. Cool. Not looking good for us. Not looking good for the home crowd. Wrath? Okay, they Wrath right now. I'm totally fine with this, actually. I only lose 2 creatures. It's not that bad. Okay, and then Bowmasters. But now, if they just have Counterspell, game's kind of over. Yeah, we'll just put Lurrus into our hand and pass. This is not great. I think the Jace Gamer is going to win. I think they're going to untap, play Jace, and then assert in Discord that Jace is the greatest card in the format. More digging? Looks like more digging is about to happen. Nice. Ooh, nothing has happened yet, because nothing ever happens, as we know. So I'm going to try to play a Peddler, and it's going to get countered. Yeah, we get stuck on 3 lands here, so unfortunately we can't ever, like, double spell. Which just really hurt our chances. One ring. I don't think we win. I don't think a win is really possible here. I'll play it out just for a tiny bit more. Lurrus buyback Static Prison, something we could do right now. Counterspell. Regular Static Prison. Hit the ring. Alright, we've got 6 turns of ring being exiled. That's plenty. Yo, you're gonna blow up my prison? That's so toxic. That is good though, because they just get to get drawing cards again. Just gonna resolve this. Okay, it does resolve. That's good. So maybe we could steal a game just by paying them to death, because their one ring is gonna get them very low. Ah, no, never mind. There's Flage. Flage is enough to offset any life loss from the ring and from bombardment, so that'll be GG's. All right, we are going to be on the play against 41%. All right, we're going to go ahead and... We're going to keep it. We'll keep it in honor of the 137 card deck. We're just going to play a Ragavan and assume it doesn't die to removal. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, what's being cooked. We'll have to see. This might be a spectacle, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we didn't hit our land drop, but my opponent did indeed play an energy card. So we can go ahead and get that out of the way. We can hit with Ragavan. And yeah, I got this champion. You know, we're gaming out here. I'll go ahead and play another 1-drop. Alright, that is a blocker, but unfortunately blockers aren't long for this world. This cruel, cruel world that we live in. And then we can go ahead and play a Johnny off of our treasure. Maybe we could steal a 2-drop. Wait, hold on, timeout. They had a 140 card deck and they started with Ocelot, Pride, Guide of Souls? Wait, what the hell? Gonna need a screenshot of that.
To the hunt.
Oh, I'm sorry, I stopped in the draw step by accident. Alright, Guide plus Pride is inevitable, as we all know. I'm going to good combat here, smack them for a bunch, and then probably just pedal them to take whatever board wipe they might have. Pull and push, as they say. What's going on here? You got a board wipe or what? Oh. What's a pile of cards? Take Ragavan. I don't know, dude. Alright, we got the treasures. We can Legend Rule Johnny for the win next turn. A lot of passive figure. I actually can't believe they started with Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, and the 140 card special. That's just funny. Someone get him. They're playing 2 meta. Take him out. Okay. We're probably just gonna bring in a little creature removal, right? And not overthink it. Alright, we're gonna be on the draw. We got Guide of Souls into Raptor. Let's go ahead and keep this. Ooh, Guide of Souls into Ocelot Pride. What an upgrade. Alright, let's go ahead and probably just play the Pride, and then we can fetch for a discharge if needed. Otherwise, we'll just surveil. Alright. Marsh Flats here. Let's go ahead and get the Ruckus. We don't need 4th land. I mean, we don't need to fret too crazy much about the decisions. We can just go quick here. Ragavan, yeah, lots of friends coming through. Let's go ahead and fly our creature. Alright, your turn. Alright, and do we have lethal on board? It's close, but not quite. Maybe it is with the right card drawn off the top. Removal spell? You got it. Aha, thank you. That was very generous of you, opponent. Can I say thanks? No, I can't. I thought there was a thanks emote in this game. Guess not. This game doesn't like it when I'm polite, I guess. Okay, that didn't quite kill. We were just a smidge short, like I said, so put stuff into our hand and pass. Right. And that's a win. Alright, sweet. That was a really quick game. We could squeeze in one more for the video. Alright, we're going to be on the draw against Altheriax, up to rank 117 themselves. Let's go ahead and keep this. We do have an awkward tap land, but have some great creatures. We got some interaction. We got some grind here. Let's go ahead and start out with a Boros land. So we can Guide of Souls into Amp Raptor on our first 2 turns. Alright, what we got here? Alpha's playing Shift and Tell, maybe? Oh, we are playing... No, whoa, what are you doing? Reanimator? That's dope. In these colors? I would assume that they're trying to put the Zulamog into play and haste it. It's probably sneak attack, actually. Sneak and show, the classic. Alright, so here we probably just want to play the Pride over playing Raptor. Play the funny little cards together, because the funny guys are very strong. And then let's look for interaction. You're not interaction. I don't have much interaction in my main deck. That's often the story for energy versus unfair. Game 1, you're really just trying to goldfish, and then game 2, 3, that's when you can pack your correct kind of interaction. We can't like pre-board in some of the interaction because then we become useless against other decks. I present thee with Chthonian Nightmare. Ah. I guess I'll let Alth do their thing because I'm curious what's going on. Holy crap, God Pharaoh's Gift. Altheriax cooking alert. Need a screenshot of this ASAP. Alright, haste him up. GPG. Oh, nice. Nice. That was awesome. I'm glad we got that on video. I hope he got that on video. Alright, dope. So, yeah, that's sick. A couple of things will beat this version of Show and Tell. Graveyard Hate's one of them. Needle for Woodland's probably another. Peddler, Thoughtseize. Even Swords to Plowshares is sincerely not the worst card against what they are trying to do. We don't want Nightmare because it's just too slow against them. It's just a question of what's like the last cut here. It could be one plow. Yeah, we should probably prevent the Omniscience from going into play for the first place rather than try to fuck with Ward, sacrifice 2 permanents. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually play Surgical over Swords. And one more cut. One more cut. What's the cut? Bowmasters? Sure. Alright, game 2. We're going to be on the play against Alth. With a very cool deck. We see a Ragavan on the play. We keep it. And then we go ahead and get Boros here. Alright, Bobble Bobble, you got it. Take a look at my top and then look at yours. Or just look at my top twice for info. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this creature sideways. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and play out our busted white creatures. Because these creatures are the reason we have a deck. And then next turn we'll go ahead and peddle them. We could peddle them this turn to be super safe, but I think that's just slowing us down too much. We gotta put the pressure on. Third land is fine. It lets us play Peddler and Bombardment next turn. Assuming Ragavan hits again, which it probably will. Great, Malevolent Rumble, you got it. So we're going to be able to peddle them one Juggernaut. Let's go ahead and peddle. Just get some pre-combat peddling going. What you got there? Omni-Tell. No, thank you. I'm going to take the Omni. You may keep the Tell. Oh, I almost misclicked. Oh my god. My mouse slipped. Good combat. Swing. And then we can fly our Ragavan to make sure he connects. And then Alpha is at 8. We won't be able to just quite kill them yet. Like, we'll be able to put them to 2 with this bombardment, but it's not enough. Oh, actually, we got cities busting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we put them to 1. Ah! You live for now. Oh, they had the mana for that? I didn't even realize. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize they had the mana for that. What the heck? Yeah. I will ping you down to 1, Alf. Okay, so Altheriax goes to 2. They cast another board wipe. They go to 1. And then we'll fast forward, see if they can win. Alright. We got baubles in our upkeep. So unfortunately, Altheriax did fizzle. Oh. Yeah, they saw a creature on top, so they scooped. All right. On the draw, do we want to swap a Mungie for a Bowmaster? Seems pretty solid. All right. Edisouls into Peddler, and then hopefully flipping in a Johnny at some point in the near future. Seems good. Ooh, we can even try Raptor turn 2 over Peddler. But Peddler's probably a lot safer. We'll see what happens. So the good news is that we're pretty insulated against Show and Tell itself, just because we have Static Risen, and Altheriax is not going to be playing Born in this deck. I don't think there's room for it. Oh, this Ulamog! Ah! Ah! This card's so scary. Like, read the text on this card. It's obscene. They really printed a card that's as good as possible. I mean, you could say that about all the energy cards, though. So let's peddle them, and the next turn we'll, like, Thoughtseize Raptor them. That seems pretty good. Would you like a Juggernaut, dear Altheriax? I hope you do. Ah, see these board wipes? I don't like you having access to them. Though I might tank them like a man, to be honest. I might want to take your Omniscience instead. Yeah, I'll accept the fact I'm getting board wiped. Oh, really? You didn't want to play land and board wipe me? I thought they had a land because my Juggernaut Peddler failed to reveal a card. Interesting. Because now I can pump my creatures bigger than 2 toughness. I hope they know that. Okay, play land. Play Raptor. I want to pump my creature big enough to survive the wipe. Okay, yeah. Shifting Woodlands. Shifting Woodland. I always pronounce the card as Shifting Woodlands with a S plural on the end of it. I will go ahead and take your GPG. Wow, copying GPT with Woodland is not something that I've considered, but it is something that's very good. I think I'd rather keep the guide than the Peddler, even though Peddler is technically 1 more damage. So they get to wipe me here. I keep guide. I untap. I play a Johnny. If we draw another creature, it's pretty much Jover for them. So we can get a little energy here if we want. I don't think that's quite worth it, because we could, like, get some energy to fly some stuff we do with Johnny and Static Prison before combat, but I don't think it's worth it to do that.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Maybe I'm overcommitting to the board here. Hmm. Actually, yeah, that was a mistake. I should not have played all that stuff out. Because now it's just all gonna die. Yeah, that's my bad. I shouldn't have played a Johnny here. Oh, right, that's an instant. I totally forgot. I thought it was a sorcery. My bad. Yeah, I totally punted. Okay. Let's run it back. They're probably wondering why the hell I did that. I forgot their card was an instant. But I still shouldn't have played a Johnny anyway, even if it's a sorcery, because the Johnny's just gonna freaking die. Oh well. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I think we're still in an okay position to win, especially considering if they show and tell, we just static prison. Okay, let's go ahead and answer Bill. At the very least, we just put Laris into our hand here. Ooh, very good. Play this funny guy. Other funny cat goes into my hand. I love this silly deck with all the funny cats in it. The fun Magic experience is what it is. Alright, so they can't Shifting Woodland. If they try to show and tell the Omni into play, I just static prison it. They would be able to cast this card because it's an instant in response to static prison, but that wouldn't kill my guide, which is the real card they got to worry about. I think we're good here no matter what, even though I really screwed up by playing that Ajani and letting it die for free. All right, Alpha is tanking. Maybe they have a chance. Oh, close, man, close. Oh, interesting. They can't haste him. Oh yeah, they can. So Ward sacrifice 2 permanents. Yes. I'm gonna sack 2 lands here. 1, 2. All right, GG, dude. Holy crap. That spooked me at the end. Look at that 17-17 Annihilator 10. They could have hasted it up too. Dang, that's spooky. Compliments to the chef Altheriax. That was a very cool deck. Actually, super cool. I want to take one more look at it, just so that I could see all the cards in it. GPG copied with Woodland is very interesting. So I gotta say, like, from a spiky perspective, this is a very nice card to copy, almost as good as Omniscience. Obviously not Omniscience, but it is really crazy, as we saw with this Ulamog. This is such a cool deck. It's the first time I've seen it, so compliments to the chef, definitely. And I think that's going to be it for the video, because we're at probably about an hour runtime after the edit, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the energy grind.